Small intro on the upcoming course Zero to Jyotish. What I have done up to this extent was to teach you classics, right? And we went on a classical methodical way to read things. That you always do. With the classical and methodical way to teach things. But over the years, you get some experience. I mix that experience. Actually, see what happens when I teach. What happens? I want to teach you a certain principle, but I cannot teach you that out of blue. I have to take you to that level. Getting my point or not? If I want to teach you one rule related to Dasha, I have to teach you the complete basics and everything. Take you to the level of understanding the Dasha. Because I will tell you, apply this rule in Dasha, and you will say, sir, it is not matching in my chart. Then I will tell you, use the right Dasha. Then you will say, sir, what is the right Dasha? Right? So this problem is always there with traditional astrology because there are a whole lot of rules. So I was always designing a course which is first of all experience based. Rules I am giving based on my experience first of all, right? So we are not being bounded by any classic, no classic at all. Any rule from my wish that I think is important for the student. Rule from anywhere. I will not take the foundation of that it is from Acharya, such as Varamihir, etc., or sage, such as Parasar, etc., or God, such as Skanda or Shiva, etc. Leaving all this discrimination, there will be a rule that works. And not taking any confrontation of this sage, that sage, etc., etc. Just strictly on the rules, point one. Point number two, we have always been into, right, that you have to take the complete understanding of the thing, then you go on to predict. But in this course, what we are going to do, we are going to use shortcut. We are going to use shortcuts. The course is specifically focused on prediction. What it is focused on? Prediction. So my primary purpose in the course is to give you the essential knowledge that makes you the predictor at the end of the course, right? So there are courses which is a systematic study of astrology. This specifically is focused on what? Predictions. So by the end of the course, you will have rules on how to predict marriage, children, essential parts of astrology that a person will come to consult you, 80% of the most important things. Plus, you will have at least 4 or 5 infallible rules on how to read Dasha, how to read transit, how to time event, etc., etc., etc. So we are going with a very methodical approach where I am taking the Rashi, Aries, Taurus, etc., and telling you what does this Rashi indicate. That we also covered for some part in mastering the Rashi and some part in Skandora. But at all these two places, we learned everything from of the Rashi. In Zero to Jyotish, we read only the essential and functional part of the Rashi that I use in my day-to-day life. But after the Rashi, we also go to the planet. So when we read Aries, we also read what is Mars, how Mars will behave in the 12th sign, how Mars will behave in the 12th Rashi, how Mars will behave in conjunction with Mercury, etc. So we get to know this Mars completely as well. And added to that, Aries is the first house. So we know the first house as well. And specifically, here my target is very simple. Because the course is focused on prediction, right? Prediction. So my target is when we read the first house, I tell you the combination for fat body, slim body, etc. I tell you the combination for how to know which type of body one will have. I tell you the combination for how to know which type of face one will have. So whichever important question that comes related to that house, we will cover at the same time. So when we go to the second house, we learn 2-3 things. Like just for an example, we learn 2-3 things on how this person manages money. So should he invest his money, make gold, take property, etc. Secondly, we will learn the combination of will the person live with his family or not? Will the person be supported by his family or not? We will also learn, because second house is speech also. So we will also learn which type of speech a person will have. Is there a combination for being dumb or something like that? So when we go to the fourth house, we also learn the how to know which type of house one will have, how to know which type of vehicle one will have, how to time when person will have vehicle or house, and that too with the easy techniques such as Sudarshan Chakra, etc., and many more that I don't want to reveal as of now. So so I'm not taking you there into that you have to learn the complete dasha and should know the philosophy of dasha to be a very very good astrologer. I'm sharing with you shortcuts, right? You use the shortcut, do it. So when the course ends, you are like, I'm done with the thing. And added to this, there is a special class on Upagraha, Prakash Graha, and Balagraha. Balagraha, you don't know, right? And there are many things you don't know. There is a specific on Balagrahas as well. There are Balagrahas for every sign. Balagraha is child planet. Child planet, You have understood, this Bhoot Pret, etc. That is what Balagraha is. The Bhoot Pret in the area where you are born, the demon of the area, the small demon of the area is Balagrahas. That we are going to cover for the first time. We did it in the formal sessions in many classes, and I know 80% of you people don't know about it. We will go to that Balagrahas, and specifically, let me tell you, the course is not confined to a system, technically speaking. So let me be very honest with you. What is the only principle in transit which never fails? Do you know? The one transit principle which will never fail. If you say that when Jupiter aspect the seventh house, one will get married, you know what you are saying? That every person born today will get married after 3 years, 7 years, and 11 years. Because only from these 3 houses, Jupiter is going to aspect, right? So any person born today in Sagittarius Lagna, Jupiter will remain in Sagittarius for 1 year. For every day, Sagittarius Lagna will be for 2 hours. There are 365 days in an year. 365 multiplied by 2 is equal to 730. In one ascendant of 2 hours, suppose there are 5 people born, that is 3,650 people. You are saying that this 3,650 people will get married in every 3rd year, 7th year, or 11th year. Do you think it is true? No. Absolutely not. This can never happen. You want to become blind? Please be. But this is not the way you do serious astrology. It is not logically correct to say where Jupiter aspect the 7th house marriage happens. I challenge you something. Take 10 random horoscopes and apply when Jupiter is aspecting the 7th house or the 7th lord or Venus when marriage happens. Out of the 10 chart, it will fail in at least 3 charts. You know what? I don't want the rule that fails. My astrology is not you can be. My astrology is you will. There's a difference between can be and will. The most important principle is what I say as PowerPoint. So what you do technically, you add, subtract, multiply, or divide the degree of 2, 3, or 4 planets, depending on what you want to do, to find a third point. And when that third point is activated in transit, then you get married. Are you getting my point? This is the infallible rule that is not going to fail. Such rules, such gems from my experience of 11 years is what we are going to cover in the course Zero to Jyotish. Essential, highly recommended. Because the course focuses on making you a brilliant predictor. And hoping to see you in the course. The link will be below the video. Thank you for watching the video.